Okay, so now we should have 24 stitches. Make sure you have 24. Let's go ahead and start our new color fresh. Whatever the counts, whatever happened, right? And let's go ahead, and I'm in the middle of my stitch. I'm going to go ahead and pull my pink through. I always like to tighten this knot. I like to tie a knot in it, and then once I trim this, I'll tie it again, these two together. I know this is a lot of string right now. The good news is you guys all kind of know what you're doing. So this isn't, you guys aren't watching every move I make. Maybe you are. Sorry if you are. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 single crochet increase all the way around. And it does make it a little harder because I've got this foam sticking out. But I'm so happy because my head is going to be supported. So I'm just going to battle this for just a little bit longer, and it really won't be so bothersome here once this gets just a tad bit bigger and I have some more room to move. So 3 and an increase. So why we're doing this, so when I did my original one, I did wires in the legs so that they would be nice and supportive. But the way that the pattern works and the connection of the limbs really it is not meant to support itself. It's just not going to support itself. If you want it standing up, you're going to have to use a doll stand or incorporate the leg. The legs are just too skinny. They just are not going to do it. So I wouldn't go through all the effort of doing that. When it comes to the legs, I was going to let you guys all know and show you how to do it. But once I got done, I was like, well, that was really quite a waste of time. And when we do these kind of projects that take so long, wasting time is not really what we want to do. So don't worry about the legs. We're going to be completely fine with them. So they kind of just they're more like a stuffed animal the way we're going to put them on. So we're not going to do all that fancy stuff. I am going to change up how we do the legs a little bit though, because I had to make the boots. They want you to make the boots separately, and trying to get those suckers on was like ridiculous. And it was actually really a waste of time to crochet all of that. I think I'm just going to crochet it together. So we're going to learn to do that one together because I haven't done that on any previous little tooth fairies here. So, all right, we are almost around. I promise this is going to get a little easier. You guys are crocheting a lot faster than I am right now because I have this foam in my way. Okay. Whew. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to get those tucked in. And then let's go ahead and we'll have 30 stitches. Let's do 30 stitches in the pink back loop only. And I will meet you guys when we are done with that. All right, now I've got that all cleaned up. That looks a little better. So now we're going to do, go ahead and split it, but let's do 4 single crochet increase, which of course means 2 single crochets and an increase, and then 4, all the way around, and we will have a total of 36 stitches. We are then going to do 6 rows of 36 stitches. And I will meet you guys at the end of your 6 rows. And we will have a lot bigger dress. Okay, my friends, that would be 6 rows of 36 single crochets. Let's go ahead and do a row of back loop only. And then after that, we're going to do 3 more rows of 36 single crochets. And again, see you guys in a minute. All right, so we got our 3 rows done. We're looking great. So now we're going to decrease, and what we're going to end up doing is rounding this off at the end here like this. So go ahead and start stuffing, continue stuffing until you close it up. We're going to go ahead and, of course, again, let's scatter our decreases. We're going to decrease 4, single crochet, decrease 3, 2, 1, and then decrease down to 6. We're going to go ahead and weave in that end so that nothing is showing. You guys know how to do this now. You've known how to do it before the video. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go ahead and do all your decreases. If you guys are using something like this in here, we may have to, of course, trim it, depending on how long this is. If not, just make sure that when you guys are stuffing, really get into this neck and stuff that neck really hard, or really well. But as you can see, this thing is amazing. Like, look at that. It is like awesome, solid. So we're not going to have any problems with that. And again, if you guys don't have things like this, that's fine. Of course it is. Just stuff it really well. We are not putting an extra amount of hair on here. Not like Elsa from Frozen. That was more hair than I've ever made in my life for a amigurumi doll. 4 single crochet decrease, 3, 2, 1, all the way down to 6. We're going to weave it in. It's going to look like this when we're done. I will meet you guys at the very end. Good luck. Okay, so we've got our butt done. We should look like this. When you go around and have 6 single crochets left, what you do is go ahead and cut your string or your yarn and go through the front loop of all 6 of the stitches and pull that tight, and then you go right in the middle and you'll get this really nice, beautiful closed piece. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build our skirt. So we're going to flip her over, and we have this row here where we did the back loop only and the front loop only is what is showing. Let's go ahead and start in the back, and let's attach our yarn. And we are going to go around, and what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet increase. This is a little difficult in the beginning, but once you get a couple rows on, things are going to look a lot better for you and feel better. So we're just going to single crochet, chain 1, get started, chain 1, single crochet. I'm tucking my string if I can while I'm doing it. And then the next space, we're going to do an increase. Single crochet, increase, all the way around. And I will see you guys back at the end when we're back to the back. Okay, here we are back on my last couple of stitches. If yours does not work out perfectly, do not worry about it. We're going to make sure that it works out perfect when it counts to work out perfect. So let's just not stress about that at this point. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go around and do 2 single crochet increase around. So we've got, all we're doing is just giving us some flair here, right? So there's 1. And of course, both loops now. We're just was getting that attached. And then increase. 1, 2, and increase. Okay, and I will see you guys at the end of this round. Okay, we're back around, and so what we're going to do now is we should have 72 stitches, or approximately. We are going to do 9 rows of 72 stitches. So by the end, I would just say make sure that on row 9 that you have 72 stitches. It really isn't going to make a big difference until we get to this very trim of this. So we want to make sure that our little flare on the skirt works out perfect. So let's go ahead and do 9 rows and make this skirt nice and long of 72 stitches. 9 rows. And I'll see you guys in a little while. Okay, guys, you guys should have made it around. We've got 9 rounds of 72 single crochets. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 round of back loop only. This is important to add our second part, the white frilly part at the end of our dress here. And then double check one more time if you're not positive that you do have the 72 stitches. Oh, not back loop only. I'm so sorry. We're going to do the front loop only because we're going to attach later to the back loop only. And like I said, double check that you guys do have your 72 stitches. That's going to help make sure that our last round works out perfectly. Front loop only, all the way around, 72 stitches. I'll see you guys back here. All right, very good. So this is going to sound a little confusing, but as soon as you get through a couple of them, you're gonna get it, and you're gonna understand it. It's going to be fine. But we're going to go ahead and do this together. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a slip stitch. We're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Now in the third stitch, we're going to do a single crochet and a half double crochet. In the fourth stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. And a double crochet. The next stitch, 2 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to do a double, now we're going to go back down, so we're going to just do the opposite. So we're going to do a double crochet and a half double crochet, a half double crochet, a single crochet, then a single crochet, and a slip stitch. And what we're going to do is we're just going to end up repeating this little pattern here. We're going to go up and go back down. All right, so we're going to do it together. Slip stitch, single crochet, single crochet and half, half and double, double, double. Okay, double crochet and a half, and a single by itself, and a slip stitch. We did it again. Wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to do is just we're going to repeat this around. Woohoo! Hopefully that all worked out because we double checked. Very nice. Very good job. All right. Now, we can go ahead and cut our yarn and weave in our ends, and then go ahead and grab, I'm using this off-white, the same as my wings. That's just going to be that little layer down here of the dress that sticks out under here. Okay. Okay, so we're looking good. I'm going to grab my off-white and I'm going to attach it. We're going to flip this up, and do we see this back loop that we left there? We're going to go ahead and attach our yarn there. And we still have 72 stitches, whoops, in the back. Try to always remember to attach in the back if we can. Not that anybody would notice, but it's a good habit to try to get into. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to single crochet around. 72, chain 1, single crochet. I'm going to tuck my string, my tail. And We're going to go around this with single crochets, 72 stitches. We're going to do 6 rows of this. And then we'll have one last row at the very end that I'll come back to. And enjoy your 6 rows of your color. And this is almost it. We're almost done with the dress. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, guys, home stretch. So you should be looking like this. Very nice. Maybe if I could show it to you here. Okay, so our last round. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the front loop only. And we're going to start with the chain 1 right here. Don't right off of your last stitch. Chain 1, front loop only, single crochet. Chain 1, front loop only, single crochet. We are not skipping any stitches. Chain 1, front loop only, single crochet. And we are going to repeat that all the way around. And it's just going to make this cute little decorative lacy kind of a look. Don't forget that chain 1 in there. That's what's giving it that bump. So chain 1 and the front loop only. Go ahead and complete that all the way around. Cut your yarn, sew in your ends, and then when we get back, we're going to go ahead and start on our legs. Welcome back. We are now moving on to our legs. So this is how our leg is going to look. So this is where I'm going to change the pattern up a little bit, and we're going to do the shoe right up to the sock, right up to our leg, and do this all in one piece. It's going to be a little tricky in here, but we're going to be able to do it, and we're going to do it together. So we're going to chain 6. Second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet down 3. In our last stitch, or our first chain, I'm sorry, not single crochet 3, I'm sorry, single crochet 4, I apologize. Then we're going to do 3 single crochets in our last stitch, working our way around to the other side. And then we're going to do 3 single crochets. And an increase down here at the end. Okay, we'll go ahead and get our stitch marker. Let's go ahead and increase. 3 single crochets. I'm going to do 3 increases. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. That one didn't look so good. 3 single crochets up the other side. And now let's do 2 increases to get us back to our stitch marker. Okay, we're going to do a single crochet, increase, and the second stitch is an increase. Okay, 3 single crochets, and we're going to do a single crochet and then an increase 3 times. Single crochet, increase, there's 1, single crochet, increase, that's 2, single crochet, and an increase, that would make 3. 3 single crochets, back up the other side, and now we're going to do 2 sets of a single crochet increase. Single crochet, increase, that's 1, and single crochet, increase, that is 2. Okay, now we're going to do this. We have 24 stitches. We're going to do single crochet 24, but we're going to do the back loop only, no increases or nothing. We're just going to do back loop only, 24 single crochets. And then when we get to the last back loop only single crochet, we're going to be changing our color to whatever color you're going to do your shoe in. I'm doing my shoe the same color as my hair, which we haven't done yet, but I'm doing it in this, like, I don't know, aqua or turquoise, whatever you want to call it. I didn't look at the, I just picked something. Okay, so let's get our other color. Let's bring that in. So now we're going to do 2 rounds of 24 single crochets, both loops, in our new color. So we're just going to go all the way around twice. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had changed my hook because I literally broke it in half. That is the second one that I've done this to. It is a lot of pressure when you're using 2 or 2.5 millimeter hooks when you're trying to make your stitches tight, and I like literally, look. Yeah, it's the second one. So if I really do like those hooks, and my 3 seems to be absolutely no problem for me. I ended up having to order these ones on Amazon. It's a set of smaller hook sizes, but they seem strong enough to handle my awesome strength. Now, it's just a lot of pressure, so I broke my 2mm too a while back before this project. Okay, so once we get around here, what we want to do is make sure that you definitely are centered at the back of the shoe, because we're going to start reducing and making that toe, and we of course want that to be symmetrical. You should be right on the back unless for something got messed up, but if you didn't miss any stitches, you're going to line up exactly where you should be, so it'll be fine just where we are. You shouldn't have to move it over, but make sure that you are, of course. Okay, here we are with one last stitch. Okay. So now what we're going to do is 6 single crochets. We're going to reduce 6 times. Okay, that's my 5th one, and my last one here, 6. Okay, and then 6 single crochets brings us back to the stitch marker. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm just going to tie these 2 tails in a knot and shove them in the bottom of the shoe. Get them out of my way. Okay. 3 single crochets. Again, we're going to do 6 decreases. Make sure we pull on these and make sure they're nice and tight. Once we've got them through, go ahead and do that one extra little pull to make sure that we're looking really good. And here's my last one. And finish off 3 single crochets. Okay, so let's do 5 rounds. Right now we should have 12 stitches. And let's do 5 rounds of 12 single crochets. Oh, before you guys get too far, go ahead and stuff your toe. And it's going to get really tight. So you're going to use this stuffing as support. So make sure that you guys keep stuffing your shoe as you go and onto your sock and then or your boot and then onto your sock and onto your leg. You're not going to be able to get down there, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have a big, like a hard spot and a soft spot. So this way you can just keep doing it as you go, and it's good support to help you crochet, because we're going to be getting down to 9 single crochets and doing quite a bit of rounds with those. So okay, so you guys go ahead and complete your 5 rounds of 12 single crochets, and then I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, here we go. Now it's gonna be a little tough, guys, but I'm saying we can do this together, and I promise this really does beat the alternative. All right, so we definitely want to go ahead and get a stitch marker. We're going to need to hold our place, and we're going to be crocheting with 2 colors, alternating back and forth. This is what this is going to do, is we're going to put this sock inside of our turquoise color so that it's coming out of the shoe. So what we're going to do is we are going to grab our, so if you guys have white would be better for the sock, I guess. I don't have white in this baby cotton, so I'm just using this off-white that I did for the dress and the wings. I'm not saying that it's going to make much of a difference anyway. Whatever color you guys want it to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to crochet back loop only with our white. And what we want to do is we're going to do 2 single crochet and then a decrease all the way around so that we have 9 stitches. So there's 1, 2, decrease. This is, like I said, not the easiest. You can't even overstuff it, because then you're pulling your stuffing with you, and we don't like that either. So we are going to just fight this together, and this, of course, is not going to be an invisible decrease. Trying not to get the stuffing. Sorry if I keep going out of the shot here. It is a little tricky. Now, when we do this last decrease, we have to decrease this one that's hanging out here. And it does make it just a little difficult. So this is the stitch that is all the way up here. We're going to go ahead and grab it, get that. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, Rain. It's always so much smoother off camera. Okay, wonderful. So from here, let's go ahead and now what we want to do is we want to do 2 more rows of the white. Let's just leave this turquoise sitting as it is. And we are now down to 9 stitches. So go ahead and get around here, and let's do 2 rows of 9 single crochets. Okay, there's 1 round. I'll go ahead and do 1 more round here. Phew. Okay, did it. Now let's go ahead and let's remove the stitch marker and let's put it on our white. And then I'm going to put this tail in, and I'm going to stuff this because it really is so much easier to work on it when it's stuffed. This is a fine line between not letting that stuffing get too high and it catching, but keeping ourselves firm enough that it helps us work. Okay, and let's pick back up our shoe color. In this case, mine is this aqua. And then we're going to do 2 more rounds. This one, of course, is going to have to be the front loop only. And we're back to the 12 single crochets. I just keep getting it messed up here, so. Okay, and then just one more round of 12. I don't want to miss that this time. Both loops. Okay, since this, I'm going to pull that back out. Struggle is real. Okay, that's 11. and 12. And then I go ahead and go around and I just slip stitch around. It kind of makes a little lip on the edge of the boot that I like. So I just kind of added that in there as well. Okay, wonderful. So now we'll go ahead and slip stitch. We're going to cut our yarn, weave in our turquoise or whatever your boot is, and get that out of our way. And then we're going to come back and we're going to finish working on this sock. So I'll give you guys just a minute to get yourselves situated and meet you back here. Okay, back to our white or pearl or off-white or whatever color your socks are. And let's go ahead and do 5 rounds of white, and then we'll get ready to change back to our skin color. Okay, dope? Okay, guys, I am so sorry, but as I was reviewing my video, somehow my short little video between here and here got deleted. So we're going to jump back in and we're going to get this cutie legs together here. So what you guys did was you finished these 5 rows of white is where we left off. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the brown yarn or the brown color. This is cotton yarn. I'm sorry, whatever I call it, string, noodles. Connect that to your white. We are still at 9 single crochets. And then go ahead and make sure when you come around that you have that white tail is outside of your sock, and then we're going to come back and crochet this little fringe here in just a minute. So go ahead and connect, and we're going to end up doing a total of 18 rows with your skin color of the 9 single crochets. Only 12 of those are going to be stuffed. Okay, this other 6 are going to be empty. So 12 and 6. Because we're going to fold it in half, and this is how we're going to sew it on. See how it's just folded in half? So then once you get to your length, fold it in half and do, I got 4 single crochets across, 3, whatever it is that you think it looks good to be able to be connected, because that's also kind of important, okay? This one looks better than the other one does. But that's how you're going to finish that up. No stuffing up here. When you guys do that, before I get on to the socks, before you guys do that, make sure that your foot is laying the way you want it to lay for your fold to be here. It's not where you stop at. So make sure you look. You may have to pull some stitches out or add a couple stitches to get around where you want to go. And then when you're doing the other leg and you're folding it together, put both of the legs together so you can say, okay, well, is this one this? I've been twisting on this. Is this one, is it little, are they both going to look outward? Just make sure they look good, okay? Now back to the socks here. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and grab our white, and we'll actually turn our creation yay way. Nope, I'm sorry, this way, wrong direction. Attach your yarn, come up. What we're going to do, we did this before. We're going to end up doing 1 single crochet, chain, 1 single crochet, chain. Up here, we started with the chain because we were already high. So this one here, what you do, and you're not already high, so we don't want to chain there. Go ahead and single crochet, chain all the way around. And again, that's that little lacy, frilly look that we have here at the bottom of our dress as well. Okay, and then go ahead and get your legs done. Try to do both your legs in the same day, because I didn't, and you end up making 3 legs, then sometimes 4, and finding the 2 that fit. Your tension is the same, so whether you're relaxed a little bit more or you're really into it, always do 2 of a kind on the same day. Just do it. Believe you me, I still don't do it because I think that I'm good enough, but I'm not good enough to get my tension exactly the same day, the same way the next day. Okay, so I'll get you guys back to the video, getting you guys started on our little arms. Okay, so we're going to start on our arms now. These are solid skin color. So let's start with our magic ring with 6 single crochets. All right, now we're going to go ahead and go around and do a single crochet increase all the way around with a total of 9 stitches. So, single crochet, or not. Let's try this all over again. Okay. Single crochet, increase. We'll just, of course, be doing this 3 times. And we got, oops. Okay, so we have 9 stitches. Now we are going to do 7 rows of 9 single crochets. Okay, and I will.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, honey.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, and I will meet you guys at the end of 7 rows with 9 single crochets each. Get your counter out, and see you in a minute. See you in a little minute. Okay, so we've made it our 7 rows, or 7 rounds. Now what we want to do is go ahead and get back down to 6 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet and then an invisible decrease. I'm going to do that around and get us down to 6 stitches. With the arms, we are only stuffing these hands, which is the part here that has the 9 single crochets. Once you have completed the decrease, we're then going to do 16 rounds of 6 single crochets. It's a little tight in here, so it takes a little bit of work. So what we'll do is stuff this bottom. That helps in the beginning. And then after that, it's kind of a struggle. So go ahead and stuff your arm, and we're going to do 16 rounds of 6 single crochets. I will see you at the end of that. Good luck. Okay, so there we are, 16 rows. Kind of feels like it takes forever, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to stitch it together. At least this time, we don't have to worry about something being straight or anything like that. So that's a good feeling. And we're just going to go ahead and get 3 single crochets across. We're going to go ahead and get our other arm done. So go ahead and rewind that. Do your second arm. And then when we get back together, we're going to be working on our hair. Okay, see you guys soon.